Hello everybody, welcome to episode 81 on Friday the 18th of June 2021. I'm Marie.
Dominique.
Well, is the answer.
Answer. Yay!
Nice to see you all. Let me just see what's happening here. Oh, it's working. As usual, it's hilarious because the first thing I see when it pops up on the iPad is me looking vague, trying to work out I'm pressing the buttons on the computer where I can't see. Dear me.
That's it now.
It was a mad dash. Hi Joanne, trying to get here on time. I had to pop out and I had to go and pick some other bits up from printing for Grace. So I'm having a balanced diet lunch of a bag of dairy milk nibbles and a cup of coffee. I'm sure that's a balanced diet, isn't it?
It's a very late lunch, whatever it is.
Good Lord.
Victoria.
You could say it's a bit of a mousse-bouche.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, everybody. Let me just nibble another one.
Have you managed to stay dry while you've been out and about?
Have I managed to what? Stay dry?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know whether it's my internet, but you're frozen, so I think it must be my internet because I was having trouble logging on. Can you hear me?
I can. I think it's your internet.
I think it's mine because I was having trouble trying to set it up, so who knows what's going to happen today. What did you say? Sorry, I missed it.
You stayed dry.
No, can't you tell by my hair? Look. I got wet. Literally, I've come in, made a cup of coffee, grabbed my knitting bags, grabbed my sweets, and come upstairs. I don't even know what time of day it is. It must be 3 o'clock because we're on here.
It must be 3 o'clock.
You're not going to get anything out of me.
You've grabbed the most important things, which is a bag of chocolates and some coffee. And maybe
you're going to get no sense out of me today. That's all I can say. Not that you normally do, but you're going to get even less.
Jane saying it was you that froze. But you're back now, so hopefully we'll be fine.
I think it must be the weather and our useless internet again.
But sun, there's rain around a lot of the country, but there are parts of the country that have still got sun and stayed dry, so enjoy it.
This is going to be hilarious because I'm not really catching every word that you're saying, so we might end up having to write signs to each other. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to go, yes, Dominique. Yes, Dominique.
Well, it's all right because I can hear you at the minute.
Welcome to the professional YouTube channel of Wool is the Answer. Yay!
Oh, well, it's been 15 months, so you know what you're getting now.
Oh dear. Oh yeah, everybody else has got nice weather. It's rubbish here. It's just been raining all day.
Yeah. It gave this and it has rained all day.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was quite good because I've been dying earlier on and I've got my headphones on listening to a podcast, but all I could still hear was the rain coming down on the shed roof. So it's come down fairly heavy, but the water butt's full. The garden's needed it. And it's
that's all right then. Which
I've not coped well. Oh, I'm just going to. I've not coped well in this heat. I don't cope well in the heat. So this drop in temperature has been a relief for me. I've enjoyed it.
What podcast are you listening to?
Quickly, Kevin, will he score? A 90s football-based podcast.
Are you all ready for the football then this evening? Have you got your alcohol, your food, and your nibbles and your knitting?
I've got knitting.
What?
I've got knitting. I've got some alcohol. Nibbles? No. Sainsbury's aren't coming till tomorrow morning. So
need a bag of these, Dominique. Need a bag of these. They're lovely.
They're not coming till tomorrow morning, so I don't know what I'm going to have for tea, but I've got some knitting. I've got some easy knitting, and I've got some alcohol of some description. Rhubarb cider, probably.
Nice.
Yeah, it is my favourite. Just speaking of rhubarb, well, rhubarb cider, but rhubarb, guess what I did yesterday? Started my Christmas rhubarb gin.
Lummy neck.
I've got rhubarb coming out of my ears.
I don't know what's going on.
Do you want to see if you can reconnect?
No, because I was having trouble connecting in the first place, wasn't I? So I might not get back on. So let's just go with it. I'm just going to keep nodding. If I just keep doing this, it's because I have no idea what you're saying. I heard you say that you got your Christmas thing.
I've started my Christmas rhubarb gin because I've got rhubarb coming out of my ears, and I thought, oh, let's get it started. So Christmas present sorted. I mean,
Lucy, we know where got.
Is that because
we know where Lucy?
Or because I can't speak very well?
You know what, Lucy's mind's gone to the gutter. When I was talking about nibbles, she thought I meant nipples. I mean, I'd like to think I had nipples that size. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Go on, I'm saying.
An edible.
Anyway.
Right. What knitting have you got? Have you got any knitting?
I've got a finished object. I'm going down your way. You said it was a finished object. I've got a finished sock. I've got a finished short sock.
I cannot believe that. I mean, we said it last week. I cannot believe the difference, the contrast makes it.
So it's just I did it toe up with a short row heel and just little shorty socks.
No.
And not much rib because, as we know, I have lovely cankles. So I've cast on the next one. So I've cast my toe on. I'm all tangled, as we like to see.
You've not even joined your main colour yet. How are you tangled?
I think it's just loose in my bag. Look, if I just pull it like that, it'll untangle. There we go.
Or it'll make a knot. Right.
No,
so you're ready to start. You finished your toe.
Yes. I think you've just said I finished the toe, so I'm ready to join on. So I just need to find the same colour there, and then I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
They look so funny though, because the toe just seems extremely long. But they're not that bad. They're just over normally, like if people do it over halfway when you do it that way, don't you? If you do it like it should be. So it's not that much shorter, probably like a couple of inches shorter than if you were going to do longer socks, because it's normally...
You are a long way off getting to the right colour.
Yeah. But I only wanted shortish socks because I don't like them too long anyway, so they're perfect for my feet. Because contrary to popular belief, where you don't wear yours, I wear mine, so they'll be perfect for my little feet.
Yeah. See, yeah, you wanted them. I just kept going till I was at the colour I needed to start the second one.
Yeah.
But you'll get there.
Oh, Michelle's having a little bit of Rolo chocolate. I mean, you don't want a little bit. You want the whole packet. I'm aiming to have my full course meal out of this by the time I've ended.
To celebrate finishing a night shift cowl. Nice. I mean, we keep talking about, I am going to have to do one at some point because I really do like it. That might be an autumnal cast on.
I've looked at the pattern and I keep thinking I want to knit that.
Yeah,
it does look a lovely shawl. What have you got? What else have you got on?
Kathy's knitting.
Honestly,
Kathy's knitting one. I'm just thinking someone else is knitting one because they've shown us it. Kathy was as well.
Kathy was knitting the cowl, wasn't she?
Yes.
Kathy was doing the cowl. Can you hear me?
shawl, yes.
Just pretend you're listening to me, Dominique, as normal. Just pretend you're listening to me normally.
I can hear every word you're saying. Oh my Lord. But it is something I want to do. The cowl, not the shawl, but they're the same, just different shapes.
Yeah. I want to do the shawl. I must admit, I want to make the shawl. So
it's not the right shape.
What have you got, Dominique?
Oh, Michelle enjoyed it. What have I got? Well, I have got a finished object. Oh.
That is stunning.
I absolutely.
It's huge.
It is so wide. I don't know if it is quite. That's my full wingspan, and it's not taut. And
so that's about 8 meters, isn't it?
That's drop. It is beautiful.
Wow.
I absolutely. So thank you, Anne, for introducing me to the pattern. Yeah, I mean, you can't look at the lace. It's so nice. So,
and put the lace against a white background so we can see what the pattern is.
Well, that would mean, oh.
I mean, just talk amongst yourselves, everybody else, because as you can see, it's
right. Oh. Hang on. Oh no.
Oh wow! Yes. So it's a bit like a herringbone.
Well, that is the centre point.
Really nice.
It is a bit like a herringbone. It's like a chevron.
Yeah, really nice.
Like chevrons. So it really was. Oh, now I've got it. It really was a stash buster for me. So I used all the scarlet I'd got. Then I went into the Fizz Whiz. Then I went into, I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. What I used for my love note. And then I went into the Midnight. And I weighed it.
That looks beautiful.
For a stash buster, just putting bits together, I couldn't have picked it any better. It weighs, the whole thing weighs 140 grams, and the border is 70 grams of that.
Wow.
Because the border just seemed to go on forever with lots of stitches. But I've seen a lot of people have done it and they've run out, so they've cut the border short. It is a really deep border.
Nice. Can I just ask everybody who's watching, are you able to hear everything, or is it still a bit peculiar? Because I've just got it all as a bit peculiar, so, but it might just be my internet, but because
I can hear everything.
Right, because I'm hosting it, I think I'm just worried in case it's going out as bizarre. If it's all right, I'll just keep going. I'll just keep going.
I think it's just you.
Well, we know that normally, isn't it? It's normally just me.
Because you're not breaking up at all. I can hear everything you're saying without it being funny. So
I'm not freezing on the screen.
No.
Because on mine, you're freezing all the time, and you sound like Norman Collier.
Claire can hear us both.
Oh, that's fine, then I'll leave it. As long as I know it's not on the recorded one. Oh, I nearly knocked my laptop over there.
Oh, Sue can hear us both as well. Sue, it's the Apex shawl by Knox Mountain Knits. I'll put a link down below, but the Apex shawl, done in 4-ply. It is done... I can't remember now what yarn she uses, and I've not got the pattern close by, but it is a skein of, I think it says 170 grams, which is why I'm surprised mine's only 140 grams, but it just looks really nice. So I thought, well, I'm going to All I knew is I wanted the border in the midnight. I wanted to use the fingers, and
It looks nice how it's sitting on your neck with the different colours that you can see. It's really pretty.
And I mean, the scarlet, you do have to make sure you can see, because it does sometimes get lost. But
a nice pop of colour though, really nice.
So, well, I keep saying I want to do a jumper in Fizz Whiz, and this just makes me really want to do a jumper in Fizz Whiz. But yeah, I have really, really enjoyed it. The lace, I mean, I did enjoy the lace. It looks beautiful, but it's not, for me, it's not particularly TV knitting, because you just have to concentrate. However, what I did, and I don't knit lace that often, so I did learn, it's obviously a repeated pattern over so many stitches. I could work out at the end of each repeat whether I was wrong or not. So I was only taking it back 20 stitches rather than 400 stitches for the row or whatever. So it got easier the more I got into it, but I had to
come with lace knitting though, doesn't it? Like straight away you can see where your patterns, you know, once you learn how to do it, it is easier.
You should. And I did it, I don't know how many times I did it, quite a few, where as I was knitting it, I kept thinking in my head, it doesn't quite feel right, but I must be right. You get to the end of the repeat and you realise you are wrong. So there was obviously a little voice in me saying it doesn't quite feel right, but I just kept going to the end of that repeat.
So you should have trusted your instincts, really, shouldn't you?
Yes. And a lot of the time it was because I'd missed a yarn over. So, but then I've also learned how to think, well, that's where it should be, just pick it up and go with it. I've done a lot, and it was a lace on the knit, just a straight purl back, so that was easier. But I'm thinking, I'd like another one of these, because I like the shape, and it is, other than a really simple like V all the way, it's just straight knitting, or it's stocking stitch, which I like, but it is easy until you get to the
stitches. Did you have at the end?
Over 400.
Oh, look at you.
And I said I'd do it again. I've only just cast it off, and I'd said I'd do it again. So
what's happened to you? What's happened to you? Don't do sock knitting and don't do lace knitting with millions of stitches. Now look at you.
Because I like the shape. It feels really nice. And I quite like the fact that I can use stash up. It doesn't have to be all one colour. I think it would look stunning in one colour, but it doesn't have to be. So, blocked it properly. So that is the Apex shawl by Knox Mountain Knits, cast on the 27th of May, cast off on the 12th of June. So 12.
That's good.
16 days.
Well, that's not long at all. And it's phenomenal for you to whiz that up. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Jeff. So that's why
unbelievable.
I think I'd do another one. But anyway, thank you.
Okay. I'm just reading through the messages. Well, at least everybody can hear anything. Victoria says, I'm looking a bit tired. I catch the sun really easily. I wear factor 50, but I do go brown when I get out in the sun. So I do seem to have caught it a bit, don't I? That's just pooping about outside. Because I hate sitting in the sun. So, and with factor 50, I think I just go a mucky brown. Anyway, so what else? Oh, before I forget, because I mean, as you can tell, everything's all over inside my head. The knit along starts on Monday, so everybody should have received their initial pattern of when all the zooms are and when the pattern's going to be released. Everybody should have got that now who's ordered it. So if anybody hasn't got it, drop us an email, because they were all sent, and I did check that you got them all, and it looks as though everybody got them all. So just check your junk folder first in case it's disappeared in there, and I will aim to get the patterns out on Monday before 9 o'clock. So you will get your first pattern before 9 o'clock on Monday morning. That's 9 o'clock British summertime. So I'm excited. Are you excited?
And I was well, we've obviously got the pattern, and I'm not a particularly quick knitter, although this disproves that.
Yes, it does.
But I can start and I can be like ahead of the game. It's not happened. So I'm starting with everyone else on Monday, ready for our first Zoom on Tuesday. So I hope to have had it cast on Monday. Could be casting on Tuesday at Zoom.
So we've had some lovely colour combinations, but it's just to let you know that today is the last day you can order if you want wool to join in, because that gives us a chance to get it posted tomorrow for you to receive it on Monday. So it will be off the website tomorrow morning. So yes, Claire, you found it brilliant. So we've got quite a lot of people joining us on the Zoom, which will be good. Katie the knitter, Katie, who designed the pattern, is hopefully joining us as well for the Zoom session, so that'll be good. So if there's any questions, but it's just going to be a fairly relaxed Zoom session, just for us really to have a bit of a knit and natter, and yeah, be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was saying on one of our other knit and natters, certainly everyone that's got wool from us, and you can do it in whatever wool you like, but nobody has gone for the same combinations, and they're all really quite different. So it's every time I've done one, I've thought, oh, I really like that. Oh no, there's just someone's gone.
Yeah.
Is it Sue? I think Sue's gone midnight.
Pale scarlet.
Scarlet, yeah. That looks stunning as well. And
if you still want to do a video chat, I can do that today. But that'll be it. As I say, it needs posting tomorrow morning, really. So if you do need anything, just drop me a line. If you're not sure on colours, I can either send you photos or do a quick video chat with you just to show you some colours.
And someone question, is the pattern going to be released after? Yes, the full pattern will be released whatever 8 weeks from Monday is, when we've done all the Zoom, and be available as a pattern to buy. So yes, it will be available at the minute while the make-along's going ahead. You need to be in from today.
Mm-hmm.
She says, taking another bit of chocolate.
And there's a Ravelry page, isn't there? You've done the Ravelry page.
Yes. So there, or Instagram with the hashtags, just share your combinations. Then let's see how it goes. I can hear it.
And on the first,
you are.
Yeah, on the first. So on the initial pre-pattern release, I've sent you an image as well. That's a picture that's got spoiler on it. So just so it doesn't. For people who maybe are starting the pattern that are joining in, but maybe haven't got to the same stage as you or whatever, it would be really nice if you could share. You can put any picture you want, just put spoiler on the front. I've attached one, then you can use it. And then put your image as the second photo. It just then, if somebody wants to look at it, they don't see it straight away and think, oh, I wish I'd never looked.
Yes.
Because it's difficult because we've done clubs and things, and it is difficult when people receive things at different times and everybody's excited and they want to show them, and we can't stop you showing them because that's, we want you to show them. It's lovely. But sometimes somebody mightn't have received theirs, or they mightn't have opened it for whatever reason, and they sometimes see it and think, oh, heck, I wish I'd not looked now. But anyway, so we'd appreciate that. That'd be brilliant. Thank you very much.
It was, so I thought it was, Sue, yeah. It was, but they're all, you'll see, you'll start seeing them next week, all the different combinations. So yeah, and then I'll show you mine, because mine are 2 new colourways, so you can have that.
Yes, you can show them, because we're doing, it's now been released, hasn't it? So we're doing Yorkshire Yarn Fest next Saturday, and we have got some new colours that we'll be releasing there, so watch out for those next Saturday when we do the live. I've obviously frozen for Dominique, but I'm just going to keep talking and she'll come back. Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. So,
it's next Saturday.
Yeah, we're going to be doing it.
In my head, it was 2 weeks on Saturday, but no, it's not. It's next Saturday.
Next Saturday. So we'll be going live. We don't know what time we're going live yet. So we'll be going live on Instagram on West Yorkshire. Not West Yorkshire, on the Yorkshire Yard Fest. I mean, honestly. As soon as we know the time, when she releases the timetable, just check it out there. And yeah, so we'll be there for 15 minutes. I mean, can you imagine us two trying to condense everything down to 15 minutes? And we'll be in the same room.
But yeah, we're hoping if it's nice, we're hoping to be outside. But if it's like this, it won't be. Yeah.
So, so I think that's all. I've got one more thing to talk about, but I'll shut up for a minute. You can get going now.
Fine. I've got some more knitting. Are they all gone? They don't last long, do they?
There's only about 6 in. Wow.
We've got a heel. And
that's really nice.
You can't see really because it's in black, but we've got a pattern all the way around the leg.
I was just about to say, you're actually doing the pattern all the way around the leg. Good Lord.
I nearly didn't. And I thought, if I don't, people are going to think like I've not read the pattern properly. So I have done it this time just to prove that I can follow patterns sometimes, and it's quite simple. I really like it. I really like the pattern.
Really nice.
And I really like the wool.
Really nice. Turn it over on the side. Yeah, really pretty. So what's the wool?
So it's an opal that I bought from... Claire might have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's loopy. It's in Ulverston. So when I was in the lakes last year, the lady who was in the shop serving, I don't know if it was the owner or it was a member of staff, was knitting a pair of socks in this. So I'd seen it kind of knit up, and I just really liked the colours. So that's what made me think, I added it to my basket. It is, I mean, it's not in English, so I think it's called Party.
I can't see.
No, well, I'm just, because that I think is the collection.
All right. I can't see because your video just keeps zooming fast and forward for me. It's hilarious watching this because to me you're just like keep like being fast forwarded really quickly.
But it's beautiful. I'll put the details of it's just a lot number. But it's an opal sock, and I saw some knitting it up and I thought I really like that. And then when I saw the Dubai socks, the pattern's in a multi-colour, and I thought that's what I'm having. I'm having that. So I didn't mean to, but I've just happened to start the toe. So it does look a little bit like it's got a contrasting toe. So yeah, we turned the heel this morning and we're away. I'm loving it. So that's the Dubai sock from the 8 socks around the world. No, around the world in 8 socks.
You're really right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew what you meant.
All the right words, just not in the right
order. It's like a cryptic clue. You know, why make it easy for everybody?
And I think if you'd have typed that into Google, you'd have found them.
You would have definitely found it.
Because I'll put a link down below. So, I mean, we're already over halfway through June, and these are the June socks, so I do need to get a wiggle on. But
you are cracking on with them, though.
I am, because I didn't start them till I was late starting them.
Yeah. I mean, you've got it written down. You can tell us exactly when you started them.
I can't.
You haven't written it down.
I've not written it down, but I didn't finish the Rome socks till the 2nd. I think I'd just cast them on last week.
I think you had. You were talking about them last week, so
Yeah.
Maybe if you look at next last week's, you might tell you exactly when you cast them on.
I think I cast them on maybe the Thursday evening, ready for podcasting. So I'll need to check.
You did, because you were saying, look what I've got, because you said you hadn't got much knitting, and you went, but look, I've actually cast this on. You did. That's what you've done.
I did, because I said, I've done a Marie. You've done it with your Barbara socks before.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
So 18 minus 8. I must have cast them on the 10th. I'll write that down.
Write it down. I liked your mental maths there.
You saw maths. It's all about showing you working out. And
you didn't have to use your hands.
No. So it has taken me a week, and
I'm just taking my trainers off. My feet were getting hot.
I've done half a sock. So at this rate, I'm going to go into July, which I didn't want to keep falling behind, but now this is off the needles, I can concentrate on them socks. So we've got a lot on at the minute. We've got the knit along starting on Monday. We've got the Trivial Pursuit board game socks are going out for the 1st of July. And then we've got Zoom sessions for our knit and natters, because obviously with the restrictions not changing, we still can't do in-person knit and natters. So we've still got all those knit. We just keep adding to the knit and natters. And the only good thing about it is we are able to run our retreat. So we were very excited on Monday. So we've got lots of things. I've been busy this week, both of us sort of doing different things, and I've been doing the admin side of it, getting things ready for all you retreat guests. So yeah, it's been a busy week, hasn't it? We knew we'd have it would all end up coming at once. We said we would do the June Yorkshire Yarn Fest months ago.
Yeah.
And it has all come at the same time, but you know.
We're organised. It's organised.
If I don't get a pair of socks done this month, I did want to cast on the Trib socks as well, though, so I could show them. But do you know what? It might not happen.
You've still got another week. 2 weeks. Got 2 weeks-ish.
Yes. To get 1.5 socks and then another pair cast on.
Yeah.
And take along. It's fine. I just need to stop going to
sleep. Just don't sleep.
I just need to stop going to work. But anyway, have you got any more knitting?
I've got a little bit. So it's the Scooby. So I think last week, what had I got last week? I've got a head.
Got a head and 2 limbs, I think.
No, 2
ears. You'd got a head, 2 ears, and potentially a limb.
So I've got a head. It's still not stuffed, so I've got a head. We've got 2 ears. Well, we've actually got 3 ears, because I did 1 ear the size it said, and I thought, no, because Scooby has got long ears, so I did another one. I've got a body. No, that's his head.
You definitely not got a body last week.
I've got a body. So he has a white tummy, but he's also got a little bit of white on his back, so I've added a little bit of patch there as well, because he has a tiny bit behind his neck. So I've got a body, I've got a head, and I've started his 1 white leg, because he's got 1 front white leg, and then the others are all black paws with white legs. White paws with black legs.
I've got to be honest, I was expecting it to be bigger than that. That is a little body.
Yeah, I thought that.
I mean, don't get me wrong, but I expected, compared to CC, I thought it was going to be a similar size to CC.
Oh, no, it's a lot smaller than CC.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the size of his head.
Yeah.
Tiny.
Yeah, but that looks like a diddy body.
It's making me wonder now.
No, it's not. It would just be me.
I mean, body. No, it's only got 29 rows.
Oh, well.
So it's only a little body.
Yeah.
So I was hoping I would have got more done, but I've been a bit busy with the retreat stuff and packaging all the Trivial Pursuits that I've got so far, because I wanted to try and get ahead of everything. So I was hoping I might have had it stuffed, because I've only got 3 more legs, or one more arm and 2 legs and a tail to do, and then I can stuff him. So I'll see how I get on this week, although of course this week we've got the knit-alongs. So hopefully next week you might have at least something stuffed.
Well, I mean, if the body's only that big, the limbs can't be too big, can they?
No, I think I think that's about done actually. They're not that long. Yeah,
No.
the legs are a bit longer. Yeah, the legs are a bit longer, but the arms are smaller. Which doesn't make sense because if he was stood down, he would fall over. But it's not anatomically correct, is it?
No, it's not. I'm surprised you're not doing them 2 at a time.
Yeah, but then I thought, can't you see? Look, come on. Do you not think I'm in enough mayhem? I think that's just perfect normal knitting for me. I grab hold of it and shove it in my bag. I don't know if it's me. I'm just not getting anything on my YouTube channel either, so it must be my internet. I'm not getting anything. So if anything pops up, just tell me if I've missed it.
I will.
So that is all. I've been knitting on some things that I can't talk about. I've done quite a lot of knitting on that, so I can't share that. Yeah, so I've been busy, but I just can't show you. Sorry.
Well, I've still
seen it, but nobody else can see it.
I've still got more. Look what else I've managed to do. I've managed to get the second one done.
Wow, put that against the other one. So they're very similar colours, aren't they? One's pinkier, is it? Yeah.
But that's January.
Nice. Yeah.
Because that we said last week, like you can really see the light. That just the way it's dyed, it's a lot more. Oh, there's a lot less.
It's more subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just don't see the lines. So
that
is
look lovely. Really nice.
And my brain's not been functioning, so sometimes you just need. Like after doing all this lace, I just wanted something that I really don't have to think about. So that's what it's been easy to do.
Good.
Although it still seems to take me. I don't know. You think, oh, there's not much knitting, and then it takes a while. But I got it cast off last night. So they are. That is Morning Light.
Nice. Yes, you can see. Yeah, that's a good name for that.
Is Sea Mist.
Yeah, nice names.
So that was January's.
Nice.
So I'm definitely not going to keep up with one a week. And I'll move to other things, but yeah, I'm just going to keep doing them. I just need to find a little box to put them all in as I make them, and then when I've got them all done, I'll decide what I'm going to do with them, decide how I'm going to lay them all out. But yeah, they're just a really. You don't have to think, you can just, once you get started, it's a fiddle to get started the first 2 or 3 rounds, but then you're away. So
they're knit from the middle, aren't they?
Yeah. So yeah. I'll put a link to it. I use Very Pink Knits tutorial. Her tutorials are brilliant. I do.
Good.
And I can't remember. I think I just had to search for knitting a square from the middle, or I can't remember what I searched for, but that was one of the first that came up, because the cast-on method is
weird,
completely different to what I would normally do. But she shows you in that video, but then she also links you to a slowed down version if you can't get.
Yeah.
But what's
her video?
You find
if people ask, I always recommend hers because they're really good. She does them really, and she shows you in some ways continental knitting and English knitting type thing. So I think it works quite well when she does them.
It's the first time I've ever done like that, knit from the centre of anything and
really
gone.
nice.
and I really like it. So I shall put a link to the tutorial I used.
If you're looking for a box, I was in Home Sense the other day, and they had loads of really nice, pretty little boxes, all with different themes. And I think there was actually a like a beach themed one.
Was there?
Yeah, they're like nice little ones with like that lift up like a little case. They're really nice. I like their boxes. They have loads of.
I just got loads, but I just need to
find
can put them in. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, I mean, all her colours have been really nice. Some are more me than others, which is why I thought I'm going to get them all, and then I can decide what I'm going to do with them all. But and then I'm just stapling the little thing I get with it, so I know where.
Very organised.
Know which ones are which. I mean, as I knit them up, I suppose what I ought to do really is just number them. Otherwise, once I've got like 10, not that it matters.
Why don't you just snip a little bit of the thread and stick it onto the thing?
Why don't I just do that?
I mean, that would be the simplest thing to do, isn't it? Just snip a little bit of thread and say that's week 1, week 2.
Yeah.
And write the name next to it.
Yeah.
You could even put a little hole with your hole punch and tie it on that way on the card that you've just attached.
So
your yarn, the card you've attached.
Yeah, I know.
Take a few bits, turn it into a little tassel and attach it.
I just need more because.
Yeah, you need like quite a few bits to make a little tassel and put it through the hole. You know what I mean?
Because that is the morning light, but you can't see anything on it. You
want a tassel, 4 lengths, fold it in half, shove it through the hole, pull it through itself, make a little tassel.
Yeah.
And then you'll know. And it'll look pretty.
Not that it matters. What does it matter when I put them all together if I don't know which is which?
That'd be nice. You like to get your records straight.
So I'll just, I could do that. As long as I've got enough to see which is which, then I'm good to go. But that is the giant square scrap blanket that I'm just not doing as a blanket. I am going to do as a blanket, but I'm doing as squares to sew together to make a blanket rather than
keep going in one big square.
I mean, the length of needles you would need when you would just have to use like 3 or 4 long circular needles and you'd need 5.
Sitting with it. No.
Yeah, but that's no different when I crocheted a blanket. It's no different.
True.
So, yeah.
Good. Have you got anything else? I've literally got nothing else that I can show you. I'm really sorry.
I've got one more just because because there's now so much sport on the telly, you really can't be thinking. So I've now got arms in my Margot.
Nice.
I mean, they're really not that long and they're only meant to be 3/4 length. So I'm going to knit, I think I'm going to knit 50 grams into each arm and see how far it gets me and then decide. I don't particularly wear 3/4 length tops, although I have today put a 3/4 length top on. But
I don't normally wear them apart from today I'm actually wearing one.
But I put this on 2 minutes before the podcast and it will come off as soon as we finish. So
I'm amazed you still sat with your scarf on, if I'm perfectly honest. Are you not hot?
I am hot.
Well, take it off.
I know, but I like it.
It is nice.
So I'm just going to knit to the end of my 50 grams on each sleeve and then we'll decide where we're going to go. But
I need to get on with my Sunday cardigan, but it's just been too hot to sit with all that thick wool. I just can't face it.
I didn't pick it up till last night because it has been too, but it's going to be miserable and rainy. So this is going to be my football knitting tonight, because I don't think.
It's still hot though, still warm.
Yeah, but it's bearable.
I'm just having a moment then.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it is still nice. But
I just need to open a window. Stand by.
And I've just kept it on 2 different cables just to show you, because otherwise it's all scrunched up and you can't see. But once I finish the podcast, I'll put both sleeves on one long cable so I can magic loop it, and then I don't even have to think about knitting one sleeve and then the other sleeve to keep them the same length. I can just go round and round and round. But
yeah,
once you get both sleeves on one cable, you're just in a big scrunched mess. So
yeah,
I mean, knitting is it a double knit or an Aran weight? Knitting a double knit jumper when it has been 30 degrees, I've not felt like doing it. That's why I've been knitting on socks and squares. But now it's cooled down.
Imagine what mine's like. It's Aran with a 4-ply and fluffy. I mean, I was just melting the other day underneath it. I thought, I can't even. it's just going in the bag.
Although I did see Lynn has cast hers off. She played yarn chicken and won.
Yeah, it looks lovely, Lynn. That's the same colours I did it in, the pink and the coral reef. It looks, but the navy and the coral reef is looking lovely. But I'm really looking forward to. I want to do a yellow one. I've decided I definitely want to do a yellow one, so I think I might cast that on at the retreat when we do the retreat. Unless, of course, it's like 5,000 million degrees.
Yes.
I'll just sit in my swimming costume. Maybe that's the way forward. Knitting your swimming costume.
When you're casting on, you've got nothing.
No, it's because it's all there now. It's the full length of the body, and because I've made it longer, it's like a little blanket on my knees, and I was just a bit warm.
You could cast that on at the retreat and knit quite happily for the first few inches.
I just need to decide what colour I'm going to put with the butter tubs.
Oh,
wobbly lollies. Or what else has got yellow in? Bird of Paradise.
Well, it depends. I think Bird of Paradise is going to take you into a...
Don't want it too dark. I want it a summery cardigan. I know it's thick, but I want it as a cardigan.
Bird of Paradise is going to take you more autumnal. I love Birds of Paradise, but it's autumnal. Your Wobbly Lollies is going to keep it summer.
Yes.
Spring.
Wobbly Lollies would be summer. What else has got yellow in? I mean, I'm trying to sit here thinking. Lemon sherbet would be too yellowy in a bit.
Well, lemon sherbet, I think, is the wrong yellow.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else there is.
I think it needs to be a lighter, summery, or one of the drops.
Or one of the drops. I mean, I'm trying to think now. I'm going to have to go on the website. I mean, how ridiculous is this?
I think, like...
I have to ask somebody to dye it for me. Wobbly Lollies is primrose.
Oh, yes. Wobbly Lollies or primrose?
Because that's primrose.
I think one of the drops would look nice as well.
Because that's the primrose.
Yes. Now, the only thing with both of them, like with the coral reef with your pink and your navy, you lose that colour.
Yeah, you do.
So do you go for something?
No, I just go for a... Why don't I just go for an undyed and just have it so it's like a marled? That might look nice. And then it's... Do you know what? I think I'll go for an undyed. Then you don't have to bother dyeing me anything.
Well, that's not the end of the world, is it? But that would keep it really light and summery. Because that Buttertubs is a beautiful yellow.
It is a beautiful yellow.
I think that might be a nice way to go.
I think it's a perfect way to go.
That or a silver. I mean, you won't, but
I've made a decision. I'm going undyed.
Excellent.
I've made. Oh, there's the doorbell. Danger, danger! Power Rangers just rung. I wonder if any of the two people who were sat downstairs will get up and answer the door.
They will.
Oh God, that breeze is lovely now. I've got 2 windows open in this little room, and it's just wonderful. I think I just overheated myself. I was just having a bit of a.
It gets like that sometimes. We all got like
temper tantrum. That's what I was doing. I was having an internal temper tantrum.
Yeah.
Oh, I better get back onto them. hello, Marie. Remember what you're doing. So hopefully I'll get that cardigan finished before the retreat, and then I can start a new one.
Well, yeah. You're hoping it stays cool then?
Yeah, but looking at the forecast, it's got to be a bit grotty weather for the next week or so, hasn't it?
It is, yeah. Although when the scarf got bigger, I was finding I could knit at a table and have it on the table, so it's not on you.
Knit at a table. I'm not doing that.
And it's not touching you.
I'm not doing that. I'm not knitting at a table.
Outside?
No. It sounds uncomfortable to sit at a table and knit with your knitting on the top. I like to.
No, when I was sat back, it was just rather than it being sat on my knee, it was sat on the table.
Okay.
But
maybe you could commission one of those, a knitting table, for when your work gets a little bit too heavy and a little bit too hot.
Well,
if it at menopausal women, you'll make a fortune. The knitting table.
I mean, it is just a lap tray, isn't it?
Yeah. It is just a, but it's not touching your lap. That's the whole point. When you're hot, you don't want anything touching your lap, do you?
No. I mean, my invention for knitting when hot is to knit squares.
Yeah, knit squares in your underwear. There you go. Top tip.
That's all you need to do. Yeah, it's going to stay a much nicer temperature, albeit very wet.
Yeah.
So I need to go. All my strawberries have come. I need to go and get them before they go all soggy.
Yeah, before they get all mushy.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect.
So
I think at least I've made a decision on something. I've got nothing else. Is there anybody who wants to ask any burning questions? If not, it's going to end up being a very short one today.
Yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes.
It does happen sometimes. It happens sometimes. It's a big weekend this weekend, isn't it? You've got your football on. You've got Father's Day.
The tennis has been rained off.
Oh, no.
The cricket's been rained off.
Oh.
It's the French Grand Prix. I mean, you've got spot. It is summer, isn't it? This is what happens.
Yeah. You've got
plenty of knitting time. Plenty of knitting time.
Plenty of knitting time. I think Grace and I are going to have a Desperate Housewives Fest this evening.
Right.
David's going out to watch football, so that's what I'll be doing. Not a lot, but I'll be knitting.
Yeah. I mean, it's pouring. I'm not going far. I all the orders that have come in are died unless others come in. I've just seen a message that looks like there might be another one.
Okay.
So I'm quite happy in my shed, and then ready for the football later. But
yeah, I mean, all those people who were worried about Dominique last week having to go into the shed to do the orders, you were fine, weren't you, Dominique?
I got them done every morning. What it did mean was they dried.
Yes.
Almost instantly. And of course today I'm like, oh, where am I going to put it? It's had to come in the house.
Heavens forbid.
Oh.
It is. I mean, that is the only good thing, isn't it? When it is so warm, they literally, after they've been spun, they're literally dry, aren't they? Yeah.
There were quite a few minis. There were 100 grams, but quite a few minis. I mean, the minis were dry within minutes. So
yeah,
it was absolutely fine. Yeah, it was.
They don't take long, do they?
No. No, they don't. But
Well, I can't even think of anything else to rabbit on about.
I can't. We'll see those of you that join us for the make along on Tuesday.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll then see you all next Friday.
If not, we'll see you next Friday and next Saturday. I mean, you can't get rid of us next weekend. We're going to be all over the place.
But see you all. Have a good week.
That's why we're just giving you a little section this week. See you all later.